I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas, and today we're going to talk about blends for oily skin and skin problems, especially acne. This could be the face, the décolleté, what do you call that, the shoulder area and the upper back. We can start with cleansing our face using eucalyptus because it opens the pores and cleans the pores. Now what are you going to put it in? You take a few drops of your eucalyptus essential oil and you can put it in a fluid like this. You know, this is where you can either spray it on or put it on your wash rag or what you're doing and put it on your face. What we need to do is know what to dilute it into. You can use water. You can use something like a hydrolate, like rose water, or some water that you like, rosemary water, or even eucalyptus hydrolate. Or you can use aloe juice. And aloe juice is really good because it's anti-inflammatory, and if it's fresh, it has lots of properties that will heal the skin. People go along with troubled skin and it affects their self-esteem, and essential oils are some of the best things you can do to use to help clear up and even rejuvenate your skin and scars. So after we cleanse, you can use eucalyptus, you can use basil, because basil even reduces fine lines and wrinkles with older people. So, you know, that's good to know. And it works real well on that sun-baked skin that tends to have little wrinkles in it even if you're 20 years old. And same thing, we'll make it the same way. Cleanse your face, don't overdo it, but cleanse your face twice a day, possibly 3 times depending. And use a paper or rice paper or some kind of blotter to soak up the excess oil in your skin instead of washing it over and over again. Make sure your soap, it does not have sulfate in it. Make it as clean a soap as you use. I really think liquid soaps, especially for this purpose, are better. We can certainly add our essential oils in there and then just gently turn it before we use it. We make a lavender non-sulfate liquid cleanser, and it helps to regulate the sebum, and that's what we have to regulate so we won't have acne and troubled skin. You can use aloe gel for a base when you're going to use to make a blend. Like we're going to talk about making a blend here that you can use daily. So we will probably use a bottle like this. That's, of course it's glass, but it's also dark colored. And it has a tight fitting cap that has a little insert in it. It helps it to fit very tightly. And that's the only way you're going to keep the essential oils from not escaping from your blend. But we have to know what base we're going to use. And I suggest jojoba or aloe gel. You could use aloe vera, just the liquid if you like. Jojoba is very good for, it's not really an oil, and it helps to regulate sebum, where if you use, I see on the internet and such that argan is better, but it's not really. It's a great oil, but not for oily skin. You don't want a real oil. And jojoba is not a real oil, so you can use that, you can use aloe. You can see that I've already put my essential oils in here. And you would use a dropper, and there's some of times I use a tiny dropper when it's something like patchouli that I don't like that much, and that will overwhelm my blend. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But I just wanted you to get an idea of what we're doing. We're going to start, and we're going to do this just like a fragrance. We're going to have a low, a mid, and a high note. And it's going to help not just for the fragrance, but it actually helps the blend to transform and work your skin longer and better at different levels. So we're going to start with a low note. And cedarwood is excellent. It's very non-irritating and it's antiseptic. Any of your trees are generally considered low notes. In Texas, we have a Texas cedarwood, so we use that, and it's not near as deep a scent, but it's still a low note, and it's very lovely if you've never tried it. And for low notes, we're going to use 6 drops. So the first thing I'm going to put in my bottle is 6 drops of my low note or a combination of low notes, and I'll give you some ideas here. Besides cedarwood, we've got myrrh, which is anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial, so it's great for acne. And then we have patchouli. That's when I get my little dropper out, because unless you really, really like patchouli, a little drop is good. And you could put like 1 drop into a low note blend and have myrrh and cedarwood in there also, and it would have a nice smell to it. Now, if you want to do this, this could work as a low note, is to use rosehip oil because it works for acne scars. And instead of using the whole bottle in rosehips, I would use it like part of my low note and just use a few drops. The thing about rosehips is you really need to do a patch test, because maybe as much as 30% of the population may react to it. So patch test, you try some on your skin and make sure, for even an hour or 2, that you're not going to turn red or start sneezing or, feel like you can't breathe. That's an allergic reaction. So otherwise, it will help the sebum. It helps to reduce acne scars and actually make them go away in many cases. Over time, it helps your skin tone also to be more even, and you won't have red spots or anything like that. It's a great addition to a blend. So we're going to use 6 drops of any of those, a combination of those is what I would use. And then we'll go to the mid notes, the heart notes, and that is going to be 15 drops total. Again, we're using, our big dropper, and we start with the possibility of clary sage. And I've mentioned before that green clary sage, it's a wonderful perfume, and it smells so much better than clary sage essential oil. The other one smells like old shoes to me. But it helps to balance your hormones, and this is very important because there can be a lot of reasons people get acne or oily skin. It's even genetic. But one thing for sure is your androgen hormone levels will be up. And clary sage, all by itself, can help balance this. It won't go away because you still need androgen hormones, but it'll be better. And clary sage is also anti-inflammatory. Rose is a natural disinfectant, and it helps to reduce age spots, and it's a natural antibiotic. I know it's expensive, so we can also use geranium or rose geranium. Geranium balances the sebum and it helps circulation. This is really important in healing the skin, and it helps to prevent breakouts. So that is the major part of your blend, is going to be these mid-note workers that are helping your skin. And you can, again, use a combination of those if you like. Now, if you're not into florals, there are alternate mid-notes we can use instead of the clary sage and the rose, or if you want to combine one of those with some of the following mid-notes that are more herbal. We have marigold mint, and we're the only ones that make marigold mint essential oil for the last 20-something years. And it's anti-inflammatory, it's antimicrobial, it's antifungal, and I've never come across anything that can heal skin like marigold mint, because it's antagonist. It's in the antagonist family, and that's very, very important for healing skin. So you could use that if you like. It's not a real minty scent. You could use lemon thyme. Thyme by itself could be very beneficial, but it's like peppermint. It's going to overwhelm your blend. So I usually use lemon thyme, and it reduces pore appearance, and it prevents breakouts. So that can be very nice, and it has a light lemony scent to it. It's very nice. You can use rosemary, and it helps to reduce bacteria and fungus that plug up pores. So that's a good one. Tea tree. I don't use tea tree with pets unless you're just not around them when you're using this blend, and don't smell like tea tree because it's very toxic to dogs. And it's antibacterial and antimicrobial that helps acne, and it's been used for a long time for skin problems. I want to make a step back, and when I mentioned lavender and that it was very good for us to use to regulate the sebum, a lot of teenagers or young adults have skin problems, and lavender may not be the best one to use, or just use a drop or two of it, because it is estrogenic, and that can make a difference in their hormones, and it's not good. Boys will be more feminine, and girls could be more prone to cancer of a female organ. So we can always substitute lavender or just use a drop or two. So that could be any of those: marigold mint, lemon thyme, rosemary, tea tree. Any one of those, or the ones before, could be your mid-note. It just depends if you want it to smell more herbal or more floral. And we're using 15 drops of that. We're using 9 drops of our high notes. And high notes they're the ones that grab your attention when you first open your blend and smell it. And ylang is a good one for that. It balances oil production in the skin, it's anti-inflammatory, it's soothing, it makes most men and women feel very calming, but uplifted. So it's an excellent one to use, and it blends well with any of your citrus. Your citrus notes are essential oils are all high notes. The good ones are especially lemon from lemon peel, not lemongrass, and sweet orange. The orange tree makes 4 different essential oils, and sweet orange is one of them. It comes from the peel, like lemon peel. It's cold pressed, it's squeezed out. If you've ever squeezed an orange or lemon peel and see this little puff of something coming out, that's the essential oil. And that's why it has to be cold pressed. They help to tighten the pores and regulate oil production. And either one of those, the citrus, are also good to add in with a cleanser, which we're not really doing a blend with, but if you wanted to blend different ones in the cleanser, that would be very good, because citrus, especially lemon, is so cleansing and antibacterial. So we've got high notes, we've got choices on our mid notes and our low notes. We want to use this blend, and it'll be in a bottle this size, with either jojoba or aloe vera gel or the juice, either one. And we want to wear it after you cleanse your skin. You can use it morning and night, because it's not going to be heavy on your skin. You could, as it will dry, and you could put makeup or something over it if you like, or you could just use it at night. The ongoing use of these blends will help your skin so much that you'll be amazed at how it will not only reduce troubled skin, but actually regenerate the skin. I've seen it work in just really a few months sometimes. But give it 6 months to be sure, and I'm sure you'll also like the results. Please contact me through YouTube or through our website. You can buy these oils on our website. You can email me or call me, and I will help you in any way that I can. Please subscribe, like, join us. We'll be back next week with more ideas. And if you have an idea or a question that you want me to do a blend or talk about with essential oils, then I want to hear it. Bye-bye.